No, no. If we're talking about inherently, if we're talking about hold the fuck, what? This is the most bizarre argument I've ever heard. Holy shit, dude. What's up, buddy? Buddy? You okay? You fall asleep at your computer?
Oh, hello, hello.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, what's up? You and I got into it with Twitter yesterday, last night.
Did we?
So, yeah, I think so.
I'm sorry. You're gonna have to remind me who you are. I get into a lot of Twitter fights.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, with the pedophilia thing, it's literally no man's land. Everyone gets. That's just why I only avoid this topic, and I troll people basically around it. Like that's the only way you can go about it. So don't be surprised if anyone like doesn't want to talk to you about it. It's just it's too fucking weird of a debate.
I mean, it's a really fucking weird debate. I'll give it that. Thing is though, people like apparently I'm like really fucking like crazy for like the takes that I have. Or like I've done something like really fucked up. So like you'd figure that people like there's so many people who just like fucking despise me in this community. Like they just fucking hate me, dude. You figure like people would take the opportunity to absolutely own me on this horrible takes. I have a lot of takes.
Well,
I think the one
what are your takes?
The one genuine take people are upset about is I don't think like people should be morally condemned for being born with a disorder of pedophilia. I think that that's not inherently morally reprehensible, but I do think like the actions would be reprehensible. That's where I put the blame on.
Well, the problem I have with that is that you gave me an example of like somebody that has the disorder but never acts on it. Like, how are you supposed to know that? Like, that's like an argument that like hindsight is 2020, but when you meet somebody, it's not 2020.
What
right?
I'm talking about is the actual debate that we're having here is whether it's necessarily like essentially wrong, right? So what I mean by that is like intrinsically is a better word for it. That means it cannot be removed from. So under every single situation where someone's a pedophile, X is the case, right? Or it's morally condemnable. Every single situation, right? That's what the word inherently means. So when we're having this discussion, you don't even need to know like practically whether they're a pedophile or not, right? You can just like we can assess it from what would you call it? Like an omnipotent view. Does that make sense?
No, because like again, let's say that you're right, and it's like morally like it's not morally condemnable. Someone coming up to me and telling me that they're a pedophile, it's going to have the same consequence, whether it's truly morally like irreprehensible or not. They're going to be completely ostracized from society. So like, why does this distinction matter?
I say the distinction matters because what you're doing here is you just gave me a descriptive claim. So the descriptive claim is people will be ostracized from society if they say they have like a pedophilic disorder. What I'm making right now is I'm making more of a prescriptive. What I think would be optimal, what would you say, is that if people did like come out with this kind of thing, they were like some kind of like treatment was suck out for them. What exactly that treatment would be like something we could like discuss further. But I don't think like ever ostracizing people for like desires to an extent. So long as the desires are like kept to be illegal, right? I'm not saying that you should allow people to fuck kids. That's really fucked up. But I don't think ever like ostracizing people.
Never said that.
Yeah, no, I'm just like being clear because people are gonna clip the fuck out of that.
No.
I don't like. I'd see that like as allowing people to be like more upfront with their illnesses. I think we could find better treatments for it. Does that make sense? Like, I don't think.
It does, but like again, this is like you're rightly. I would be rightly cautious if someone told me they were a pedophile around them. Again, like
probably.
Even if like I'm not outwardly rude to them, I'm gonna not want to fucking hang around that person, and I'm gonna warn everybody. Hey, this guy is into some pretty degenerate shit. Maybe you shouldn't be around him.
Yeah, sure.
Right? Like there's no way. So like I said, your examples are hindsight is 2020. So therefore, when you meet somebody, it should be 2020. Like it's impossible to produce that.
No, what I'm arguing right now is we're arguing whether it's intrinsically bad, right? Is that what we're discussing? Do you disagree with the statement that it's not intrinsically bad to like have a disorder?
Yeah, it is. It could be harmful to you. It could be harmful to others.
No, I meant like I meant morally condemnable. Okay, I'm gonna be more specific. Morally condemnable.
Well, Well, yes, but it's like if
Okay,
that's true, then what the fuck do we do with that? Because how do you implement that in real life?
it
That's
doesn't
why I think
matter.
it's just
It doesn't
stupid.
matter. We're not having a praxis debate right now.
It
What we're talking.
absolutely
No,
does
no, no, no.
matter.
Right now, what
Are
we're
you
talking
kidding
about. No,
me?
what we're right now what we're talking about is we're talking about normative ethics. You understand that? Normative and applied ethics. This doesn't have to have like some kind of practical application to it. A lot of philosophy doesn't necessarily have to have a praxis right up
No, it
front.
absolutely do needs practical it absolutely does need a
Why?
practical application
Why?
because it does. But then
No, no.
and then it's like a
Why?
meaningless statement.
Justify it.
It's a
No, no,
system that
because if
like
you
we can't
disagree,
use
no,
that
no, no,
if
no,
we
because if
can't.
you disagree with the statement, then we're gonna have a conversation whether the statement's true or not. If the statement is true and it doesn't have like a practical application, that doesn't mean the statement's now untrue. That's fucking crazy.
So yeah, so this is just basically arguing the sky is blue, right? Like it's a meaningless thing. Like
I don't know. Do you agree? Do you agree
then
that
like
like
what is
pedophilia
what
isn't inherently morally wrong? Is this like we both agree the sky is blue?
I don't, I think it's wrong. I think it's
Okay,
just
so
flat
let's
out
talk
wrong.
about that. Let's talk about that then.
And it's potentially morally wrong because we don't know if the person's acted on it or not.
Yeah,
That's my
you could be
point.
potentially morally condemnable as well. I don't
You
know.
have no.
Hold up, can you prove to me right now that you've not murdered somebody in the last 24 hours?
I can't prove it. No, I
No, you
can't.
can't. Yeah, so you could have murdered somebody. That doesn't mean I'm gonna morally condemn you. That's not how this fucking works. That makes
So,
sense?
but did I come to you and say, hey, I have a disorder where I want to fucking murder somebody? No, I didn't do that.
No, but if we're
I don't
talking
have
about
a
potentiality,
disorder.
but if we're talking about potentialities, maybe you do. I don't know, dude. Fuck.
Who would you be more cautious of? Somebody that admits to you that they have feelings to murder somebody, or someone who doesn't?
Probably the person who admits they have feelings to murder somebody, but I don't think caution equals moral
Yeah,
condemnation.
that's my fucking point.
Does caution equal moral
This is,
condemnation?
it might, yeah.
It does it?
You have no fucking clue what they've done.
Does so you hold up. Would you be more cautious around nobody or somebody?
It depends.
No, let's say we're in a void and there's somebody there. Would you be more cautious around them than if there was nobody there? Would you be more cautious? With the potentiality of like you getting murdered?
No, because
No, you wouldn't.
because if they it depends. No, it depends. If they make the first step, tell me something about them that's sketchy about them. Yeah, I'm going to be cautious about them. But if
No,
they're just a random person, I want to find out more about them, right?
no. What I'm trying to ask you is, now that we've introduced, let's say you are in a system, a completely closed system with no outside influence, right? And now we introduce into it another factor that could pose a potential threat to you. You have absolutely no reason to cooperate with this individual as we are in a void. Would you be more morally cautious around, or would you be more cautious around them? I don't like. It just seemed like really disingenuous if you would say no to that.
Are they is
Because
it
all
just a
we've
random?
introduced,
Well,
because
what
all
do you
the
mean
hold up,
disingenuous?
it just would seem really disingenuous for you to say that because all we introduced is another threat. Like that's all we've introduced in the scenario, and you're saying, "Oh, I wouldn't be more cautious," but they might be a threat if X, right? But it seems really arbitrary. I think anybody's a threat,
It's
right?
not. If
No,
someone
hold
telling
up.
me
Let
they
me
have
ask you. Let
urges
me
to
ask you a
murder
question.
somebody
Hold up. Hold up. Let me
is
ask you a
not.
question then.
I am I well, no, hold on, just to
Okay.
be clear, we're talking about the information being given to us, not me searching for it, right? Like
No, no. If we're talking
I
about
could go up
inherently,
to
if
that
we're talking
person
about
and say,
hold the fuck. Where? What? This is the most bizarre argument I've ever heard. Holy shit, dude. So all we've done into the system, because you completely like sidestepped like what I'm trying to get at. So all we've done is we've introduced more of a threat to you in this system, and you're telling me that like it's not a threat unless they tell you something.
no, I can figure out if they're a threat or not before I make the decision to perceive them as a threat.
Do you agree or disagree with this statement? People inherently add threat to a situation.
Yeah, potentially, but there's a threshold of like whether I need to be cautious or not.
Right. I guess I don't really hear that.
Do you not disagree with that? There's a
No.
threshold, dude. Like
I think it's a gradient.
somebody
I do not think there's a hard threshold where I'm
gradient.
cautious of somebody.
Okay,
I think it's a gradient, 100%. This seems like the biggest non-argument ever. Well, no, this seems like the biggest non-argument ever. I'm trying to ask you, like, whether something's intrinsically bad, and you're like,
I'm
oh, well, does it have any
responding to
practical?
it. What are you talking about?
No, I'm trying to explain it to you. So I'm asking you, is something intrinsically bad, and you're responding with, does it have any practical application, whether it's intrinsically bad or not? That has no influence on the actual discussion. Hold up, man. Like, yeah, you've just kind of said, like, it has
go ahead.
no
dog.
You've like, I have no idea. I have no idea, like, what even you're trying to argue. You're just saying it doesn't matter, basically. Therefore, you're right. Like, it's...
I guess, but what is your point, like, with this hypothetical?
My point is that just because you're cautious of something does not mean it's inherently morally condemnable. Every single individual human being can be a threat. That doesn't mean the existence of human beings is condemnable. Does that make sense?
Okay, but what do you think is exuding caution? Not really, because what do you think is like exuding caution around somebody?
It's kind of something that we do. It's like a natural instinct to try and, like, avoid a threat of some kind. Unfortunately speaking, instinct is not enough to justify alone a moral condemnation. For example, somebody might have the instinct that gay people are fucking weird and just unnatural and they just don't belong, right? But that doesn't mean they're condemnable. That makes no fucking sense.
Okay. Stop going to, like, other, just like stay along, like, with a pedophile, like somebody that has urge to do something bad, like.
Does it like upset you whenever I bring in, like, examples to show why certain criteria is wrong?
They're not comparable, because being gay has nothing to do with wanting to do bad things.
So your argument.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm really sorry that you can't engage with the hypothetical right now, but your argument is things are wrong when I am cautious of them, or I have this intuition to be cautious of them. I gave you an example where intuition would lead you to what I presume would be a conclusion that you don't agree with. So it's clear that intuition alone is not a reliable truth tracker.
What do you think where do you think the intuition is coming from, though?
You're raised from things like that. Probably. I don't know. Like,
no, it's not coming. Oh my God. It's not coming from me. That's the point. It's coming from the person that is I am a pedophile, right? That's like,
I don't care if that. Why do you keep trying to, like, make it like I have this instinct to do something? Do you think that instinct's always a reliable truth tracker? Do you think that's enough to justify something alone?
I think that if someone tells you they're a pedophile, you're not necessarily operating on pure instinct, but, like, on something just outrageously told you and what you know.
That is
like
great.
Historically around pedophiles.
Please stop dodging the question. I just want you to answer.
That's a reasonable
Please stop dodging
conclusion.
the question. Please stop dodging the question. I just want to answer the question.
What?
Do you think that intuition is a truth tracker? It could be used to justify things on its own.
I think you can help with it, sure. But it's not necessarily going to get to the truth. The evidence is what's going to. Oh wait, are you there? Hello?
Just such a fucking stupid argument. I don't even know where to go for it. So would you say that, let's say, I think gay people are wrong. I'm naturally cautious of gay people. Would that be something I can... Do you think that's justified? That's justified enough to condemn them?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't say it's justifiable to condemn them. No.
Why not?
Why not? Yeah. Well, like, what is? I would ask the person, like, what do you think about gay people that's, like, inherently bad? Like,
yeah, we ask what's inherently bad, right?
And then I would like debunk it, right?
No, you're right. Yeah, so we'd ask. So to actually find the truth, we wouldn't just use that intuition. We'd have a conversation after the intuition, right?
Right.
Guess what, my dude? That's the conversation we're having right now. So I'm asking you, what is inherently wrong with that? And you're justifying that with intuition, but with being a pedophile, like just say somebody's born, they get, like, molested as a kid, something really fucks with their mind, they have the disorder of pedophilia. They never act on it and they never tell anybody about it. What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that. I hope they get treatment.
Oh,
but what I'm
so it's
talking
not. So,
about,
okay.
and
Wait,
so we're getting.
wait,
Here's the
no,
problem.
I'm not gonna let you blow past.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
go
not gonna
ahead.
let you blow past it. What the fuck? No. So, you literally just admitted that it's not intrinsically morally bad, then.
Not always.
Yeah. So it's not intrinsic, right?
It's still bad to have.
No, you literally just conceded
bad,
you literally just conceded the point.
How?
Because what we're arguing is whether pedophilia is intrinsically morally wrong. You just said it's not always bad, which means it's not intrinsically wrong. You just conceded the point. That's what we're arguing right now.
Okay.
Is there anything else?
Do you think that like saying that like it's intrinsically well yeah, like do you think that like saying it's intrinsically like not wrong is a good thing to say?
If it's an accurate statement, sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that people that engage in this debate are just asking for trouble. Like, I don't know if it's a necessarily like good thing to engage in.
Cool.
Like, I understand that like you want to like have a debate about it, but like you're gonna don't be surprised if people like make fun of you for it.
I'll never be fake with my opinions. I'd rather be fucking not seen than fake.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's one thing I pride myself on is I'm always really honest with what I think on subjects. I don't really know if that's any benefit to me.